Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Laura, and today I'm just going to go through my weekly setup for the first and second weeks of September. I had a new planner setup video posted a few days ago, so I'll link that in the description if you want the details on how I put this big happy planner setup together. It's essentially a few months of a full big happy planner with some note paper and other dividers from different, let me see, I think this one is Garden Joy for the months, and then the notes and stuff are from Miss Maker from a couple of years ago. So let me just share how I set up my September month. Now, I didn't have any big stickers, big size stickers available to me when I did this setup, so I wanted it to be pretty and cohesive. So what I did, I pulled out some parasol items that I had gotten from Ollie's. I have the rolls of stickers, so we've got the larger stickers here and then the smaller stickers here. And then I used some washi from the same collection. And then this I also got from Ollie's, and I thought it went really well with it as well. This is from Antique Garden from K & Company. This one's so pretty. I love this, and I know it's pretty spring-ish, so I figured, last bit of summer, maybe kind of going on here, and then I'll show you a little flip through of the stickers I did end up buying to kind of, get going with the rest of the month and maybe through the end of the year. Okay, so here is my monthly spread. I just did some very basic touches on here. So here are the stickers from the roll. I thought they were really pretty. And then I added some pops of the washi. So just a little bit here, a little bit here. I don't have a lot planned, at least not that I can remember. I still need to go through my phone and transfer appointments and stuff into here. But I like to keep reminders basically on here as to what's coming up and what I need to do. So yeah, just a lot of things happening. Today is actually the 2nd, and I start my new job today. I'll be working for a university, so that should be exciting. And so yeah, this I like to just use for upcoming appointments and reminders. I don't like to put too much on here, otherwise I'm gonna miss it. So we have early release that I want to make sure we've got on here. Oh, I also mainly use this as well for school closure days and like half days and stuff like that. That way I can keep it in mind when I'm doing my weekly planning. And then I have a Michael's reward that is about to expire, which I meant to use it when I placed an order for this, but I just completely forgot, and that's okay. I will use it eventually. Okay, so let's go to the first week. So again, I only had some stickers from, or some stuff from Parasol to use. So I used the more vintagey looking items rather than the bright florals and bows on here. I did use that blue. It is a bit vintagey in the print, but it didn't really coordinate as well as I wanted it to. I used that for kind of like a sidebar. And then I used one of the cardstock stickers on here. It says Bloom with Grace. So I also kept a little bit of the gold touches in here too, just a little bit. And yeah, I used some of the smaller stickers just for accents, and the washi I thought was really nice. So here I like to, at least for now, put like our schedules up here. So my husband's schedule unfortunately varies a lot. So I for sure need to know when his days off are. He rarely has a weekend day off, so I try to jam in a lot of stuff that I can do while he's home. So I definitely want to get a haircut. My hair is so long now, and I wanted it to be long, but now it's just, I don't know, it's a pain to maintain. So I want to get a haircut this weekend. His dad, I don't remember if I shared this with you all, he has to be in a nursing home now. Because his dementia got really bad. So he's actually going to get like a day pass from the facility. So he's gonna be home with family for a little bit, and we'll go visit him after lunchtime because my son has swim class at 11:30. So we'll go see him and have some good family time. So going back to here, I like to put our schedules, and then if there's anything big, like, so like today is my first day of work, and then I'm just putting a reminder here. My son's gonna go to his friend's house after school. So kind of just for me to also follow up with the mom, just to make sure. And then just some reminders that I have to get things done today in this middle section. I also want to stay on top of like my meal prepping and like making sure we have enough snacks like for school, for after school, the weekends, and then for me as well, since I'll be mostly at home still working. I want to make sure I have stuff that's accessible that I don't have to cook or I don't have to go buy during the week and stuff like that. And then this bottom part, I want to use for meal planning. So what I've done is I put the school lunch menu here. That way, in case there's a day where my son, I know he won't eat anything from that list, I know to either make him lunch, or if it's a day off that my husband has, he can go take him something for lunch. So I usually like to check with my son like the day before just to make sure that there's something that he will eat. Because you know kids, they change their minds all the time. They might love something a lot and then they hate it the next day. So under that, that's where I'm putting like the actual dinner meal plans. So like today is going to be leftovers because we barbecued yesterday. And then Wednesday, I put something easy like sandwiches or burgers. I highlighted burgers here with the arrow because I know we have burger buns, and those, it's bread, so it's not going to last forever. And then I put an F next to foods that I know we have in the freezer. So this one's actually raw. So I'm going to put an R in that one. So that way I know not only is it frozen, but it needs to be cooked. I have some frozen Mexican rice in the freezer, but it's already cooked. So that one just can be popped in the microwave. And then a veggie for the side. I haven't decided on Friday. I'll probably wait to see if we have leftovers on this day. And if not, I know we have plenty of stuff in the freezer that's easy to grab and cook that anyone in the house will eat. So I don't mind having that blank. And then I'll wait on these two. One, because I know my husband's going to be off, so I'll see what he may want to cook. And then Sunday, we've got plenty of time to plan after that. So I'm not too worried about the weekends just because I'm not working, at least not right now on the weekends. Okay, oh, and I forgot my other little book. So I wanted to switch this up a little bit for the next week. I still didn't have my Happy Planner stickers available, so I found some, I think it's called Makers and Bakers planner stickers from Hobby Lobby. It's from like, I don't know, 2021 or something. And I thought I'd just use, something a little bright in here, something a little cute and pretty to keep my interest. Oh, and that's another thing I like to keep here too. So for this side, I like to keep it as a grocery list. That way, as I'm meal planning, I can make a list of what might be missing or what we can pick up during the week. Or, just make the list for the next shopping trip on here as well. And then just another little section for reminders and such. So that's specific here as grocery list. These are so cute, these cute little heart cookies. And we have some macarons in here, some little tassels, a little memo spot, just in case anything's going on for the weekend. Now with school starting, there's going to be a lot more birthday parties and stuff like that. So just a little spot for a reminder in case I need that. Again, with the schedule up here, let's see, there's going to be a fundraiser. Oh, Fridays, they have fundraisers after school. So I just put a little note here, just in case we need to take some extra money when we pick him up. And then we probably won't go see my parents this coming weekend. So I want to put a note in here to see my parents this Sunday. And it also works out because my husband works most of the day. So we're not going to be rushing to come back home to, spend time with him for the afternoon. And And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, here I have highlighted on the lunch menu because this kind of sounds like my son may not eat any of this. So I just want to make sure to kind of highlight that for myself. That way I know to just double check with him. But again, my husband's off that day, so that works out to where I'm not planning too far in advance, if you know. But yeah, so I'm not going to do my meal planning just yet for that week because, you know, that's a week away and I don't want to stress myself out about that. But also what I like to do, just, you know, as a little tip for you all, I've been trying to freeze a lot of leftovers that we have right away. That way, if we still eat it the next day, great, it's waiting in the freezer. If not, we didn't forget to put it in the freezer to have at a later time. So I've been building up my freezer stash, and that's been really helpful. I have also been using these things called super cubes. If I can link them in the description, I will. But they're like perfectly portioned sizes of containers that you can put in the freezer, and you can actually, I think you can even put them in the oven. But those have been great for like when I make big batches of soup or a ton of rice. So I've been doing that because rice does take a long time to cook if you make it from scratch. So that's really helpful to have that on hand. But yes, that's one of my big helpers, has been having those freezer cubes. And you can portion them in different sizes. I think there's like a 2 cup, a 1 cup, half cup, and then like little 2-ounce cubes you can do. I also use those for like leftover tomato paste and tomato sauce, just different stuff that I only use a little bit at a time, and I don't want to have to buy a new can or tube every time that I need it. So that has been really helpful, especially, you know, to cut down on food waste and stuff like that. So that is my planner setup for the month and for the next couple of weeks. And I almost forgot I was going to share a flip through of the sticker book I'm going to be using. So this I picked up at Michael's. They had very few of the big size to choose from. So this is the Color Story collection, 335 pieces. What I liked about this, it had a lot of the kind of vintage inspired. The animals kind of remind me of Maggie Holmes. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through. I'm not going to like go through each and every sticker. I haven't used this yet, but it is so pretty. I'm not a huge fan of like animal prints, so I may not use those specifically, but there's a lot of other really pretty things in this book. It's not specific to one theme. Very pretty. Okay, I think the butterflies actually kind of got me in this. So I think with the browns, definitely I can use this for fall. I don't really decorate with Halloween, so maybe October I'll pull this out. How pretty is that? It's like a heart shape with other things inside. These are clear on this page. So are these. And I don't know when Hobby Lobby stopped carrying Happy Planner items. I guess I hadn't really either shopped at Hobby Lobby in a long time, or hadn't shopped for Happy Planner items there in a long time. But that's okay. I know I have some of the Miss Maker in the big size. I don't know if I have, I can't think of any other collections I have offhand that are in the big size. And you don't need them to be specific to the size of your planner, but they do fit better. I don't use these half circles a lot. I can never really think of how to use them. This is pretty. This one's kind of like inspirational too. So that's really nice. Oh, that's so pretty. The watercolor. That's going to be great for like July and February and the spring months. So we'll see if I stick with these through then. But yeah, these are so pretty. And you don't have to use them just for your planner. You can use them for other things too, like a card or decorating an outgoing package. So yeah, that is the one that I'll be using, and I'll share that with you. Maybe in the next spread, I'll start to try and use these. If you have any tips for me, let me know. And how do you use these sections, these vertical sections in your planner? Initially, I wanted a dashboard one for this, the bigger size planner, but I think this is actually going to work out. But if not, you know, there's always next year. Okay, everyone, I hope you are doing well and that you're having a crafty day. Take care. Bye-bye.